Calix. He said that Fisher are frauds, but you know that Fisher's trying to make amends for last year the CRL World Championship. The road to the Grand Finals begins now. Let's get into the match.
One team is favored in this matchup, but the desk thinking otherwise. Maybe Hercules, as Maryville, they took down Northwood White, and another Eastern juggernaut stands in their way, Fisher College. What do you make of this one? How do you think this is going to end up?
Oh man, you know, I talked about it before we got on here, and I said this is giving me the Samba game vibes against this Fisher squad, where you're half expecting, you know, the underdog to pull through and come out swinging. But Sosa is still Sosa at the end of the day. And you know what? Maybe the night class thing it works in his favor.
Yeah, you know, Calix, he loves to chat, for sure. And if he's not chatting on camera, he's finding some sort of text chat to fling his fingers on the keyboard as fast as he can. But, it was Fisher almost getting scored on there at the start. But Maryville, Achieves kind of talked about it a little bit in the death segment. Whoa, Calix was far in the ball. What is going on here? Still jumped in front of this board, not able to get there. Hang on a second, another shot. Fisher a little haphazard here on defense. Money not able to get to the ball. Knight got the pass from Stealth, it's just off the post. And all of a sudden, Maryville trying to make a statement here against Fisher. Really trying to push him in. They will not relent. Second man playing so tight. You see Stealthy wants to go, but Fisher simply will not let them in. Very chaotic defensive stand there for Fisher College, and they get back downfield.
Oh man, you asked me what I thought this game was going to be like. That entire sequence of events, including this shot right here, the transition and all, is exactly what I thought was going to happen. It's going to be Maryville taking 1,000,003 shots. It's going to look really weird and slightly off, and Fisher's going to be a little confused. And then as time goes on, Fisher's going to warm up. Sosa's going to get a 50 on everybody and their brother on the field, right? And then the passes are going to slowly start to come through. This one not quite finding its way on in, but Fisher, they look composed. They looked a little confused at the start, but as time is going on, they're warming up, they're looking good and composed.
Calix wasn't able to follow that ball up. And still battling for that possession in the midfield. Knight got a nice pass to Stealth, tried for the bump. They will stay around in the midfield, actually pulling back. It's Fisher, get a free touch. Kinsey actually gets a full rip off the board. Looks like things are well handled enough by Maryville. Bump there from Sosa, and they completely have trapped the ball in the corner. It looked like Fisher might have got a chance there in front of the box. Even right there, the board taken away. Sosa, though, is right there. And Fisher continue to collect touches, trying to build more pressure, but simply shut down there by the Maryville defense.
Oh man, here comes Stealth. There's a nice attempt at a center, but slow enough that backboard defense had it on lock. And I'm kind of pleasantly surprised, you know, that we've gone 3 minutes scoreless, which I feel like says a lot more about Maryville right now. They've been able to hold their own, at least on defense, because a lot of the times the Fisher shots, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be quality. They're extremely calculated. These ones, right now, not so much. Calix's follow-up just wide. Same with Knight. Maybe Stealth could come back, but instead we continue with the wide attempts. So eventually, you start bringing up the question of quality over quantity for some of these squads. Clearly, Maryville is doing quantity over quality. They're just going to take 1,000,003 shots and say, you know what, eventually this has to wear down the defense. And it looks like they've gotten close enough at times, but these transitions come through so quickly for Fisher that Maryville, you always have to have that last man just far enough back to be prepared for these clears and these shots, but there's nothing you can do to prepare if you get bumped out of the way. There you have it, Fisher's opening goal.
And despite all of that pressure, Kinsey just shovels Knight up like he's a pile of dirt and tosses him out with the rest of the trash. After all of that, you're talking about 7 shots for Maryville. That was the 5th for Fisher, but they were sitting on that 4 for a little while, and it was that next shot that they got. You like Maryville's aggressive form on offense. Just really, like you said, weren't able to really get a lot of quality opportunities. The ball continually funneled into the corners. I mean, the Maryville defense had done pretty well up until that point. It took Kinsey sweeping Knight off the ground. to get that goal. So Maryville really have done the job. That was just Fisher taking it into the next gear and getting a little more physical in front of the box as it's coming around and getting more of those, creating more chances for quality opportunities, like you were saying.
Yeah, Fisher is that school that if an opportunity hasn't come out onto the field for them to score yet, they most likely are going to create one for themselves. And I like what you said, they kind of turned up a gear a little bit, and that's what you got to be afraid of if you're Maryville. You got to be able to match the energy that they're placing out onto the field, whatever level of aggression that they want to, fight with. Even no boost in the tank, right? This ball goes all the way upfield. Money tried to get this one down. Instead, it gets cleared all the way back. 8 seconds left, enough time for a pass here, but Sosa's got the save on it. Maryville gotta hope for the best, but this one's going out to no man's land. Maybe a bomb or a touch? Okay, no, this one's gonna hit the ground, but Fisher's gonna take game number 1, but only with a 1-goal lead. 1 goal in general.
Yeah, very defensive game. I mean, it started pretty chaotic at the very start of the game. Fisher were getting tied up with each other in their own box. Maryville, every shot, there really wasn't a clear angle they could take, but they were getting bumps, still not able to actually put the ball in the net. And so Maryville, when you go back to the drawing board here, I really don't think there's much that you change, but maybe take a page out of Fisher's book. Try to collect more of those bumps and demos. Calix wasn't as effective as he was against Northwood White, at least in game number 1. But it also took Maryville a little bit of time to warm up against Northwood White. Kind of similar game 1 to that one. Very defensive. And then Maryville picking off a couple of plays. Calix getting a cheeky bump or two to help Maryville go forward. So I think Maryville are actually in a really good spot here. It's a long series though. They have a little bit of time to adapt, not a lot. Just want to see Calix connect on more of his physical opportunities, try to push Fisher off their rhythm.
I absolutely agree. I think there was a lot of opportunities that Calix could have gotten something into that net at points in time. But yeah, a lot of misconnections, but a lot of time to, kind of come back, adapt, figure things out for yourself. But for now, all that has to kind of go away. You got to reset, go into game 2 with a game plan. I'm not seeing a lot of talking, but who knows? Maybe it's a mental thing at this point. Maybe they already know what they want to do.
And sometimes it's just waiting to get to the next game and relatively mistake-free after that first 30 seconds for both squads. Kinsey and Money will start here. Calix actually getting speedily to the ball. Stealing the boost as well. Stealth gets a nice follow-up challenge. It's starting to work out well for Maryville at the start. But Kinsey quickly up to the ball. Knight actually had him red, but Money's already one step ahead of him. Now on the reset, Money's going, and Stealth already covered him.
Here comes Kinsey in the mid, just trying to keep these small touches for that ball to stay in that Maryville half. Sosa gonna send it back to the mid. And then early game aggression is a little interesting. That was something Fisher waited to kind of pull out of their pockets in game number 1 until that second half of the game. But this one, they're coming out swinging up from the sky. Shot just wide and into the corner. Now Stealth over to Knight. Shot towards that net. Money gonna place this one over into the corner here. And Calix finally coming out with some, at least quicker challenges onto this ball to try and push it through.
Still more of the same from what we saw in this Maryville offense. They have good control of the midfield. They crash onto the ball quickly. There's not a lot of clean challenges that Fisher are getting until they start moving forward. Once they get control of the midfield line, then Sosa gets chances like this where he gets the dribble. He got pull shot into it, and it's a free ball for Kinsey. Kinsey trying to scoop it up away from Calix, and I think that works out. Genius play there from Kinsey. Bait Calix in, take the ball away, and then you keep possession, but Stealth is on top of it, and he's completely nullified it. Pass in front, but there's 2 defenders from Fisher. Easily taken away.
Here comes the transition. Fisher College trying to take their shots, and it will land. That was such a great, not only transition, but pass. Money popped this one up right over to Kinsey, and it was just a clean slot all the way through. Early game lead goes to Fisher, and this is it's coming out a little bit faster from Fisher than it was in game number 1, which makes me a little nervous for Maryville.
Yeah, I mean, that was a fast transition. Kinsey even got bumped right beforehand. I mean, really, even put him in position. Now this one's off the ceiling from Money. Kinsey denied by Stealth. Maryville, well, Fisher starts getting aggressive. That's where things might get troublesome for them, but Why would Fisher when they've been able to hit the ball high, away, stealth, forced into a hard touch off the side wall. Back to Calix. Good redirect, but Sosa was tracking it. Rebound from Knight. 2 touches. Denied by Money. Stealth high off the ceiling for Calix, but denied. And that's the problem here for Maryville, is they're not actually winning those defensive touches. Now they have to be back in front of the box, defending more shots. Double tap from Sosa off the board. Calix quickly turns it away. He'll get bumped back into his own boost and will happily receive that ball. Money lost it.
And here comes Maryville. At least breaking into that half, but it's going to be short-lived. Money taking his time, trying to head towards that net. Nice challenge there from Knight to send him back, but again, it's always short-lived against a school like Fisher. And here comes Sosa. This is a player that I've had my eyes on this entire series for good reasoning. Yesterday, I feel like everybody felt the same way. Sosa pretty much soloed his entire series for the most part. Also credit to his teammates, but the solo plays that Sosa was capable of yesterday really drove home their win yesterday. And I'm curious when that's all going to start to come back out, but for now, team play seems to be the plan here with 1:35 to go. Fisher College just holding on to their 1-goal lead.
And with how fast Maryville have been able to challenge Fisher, and that is definitely also affecting the amount of chances Sosa might get. Kinsey on top of another one. That's the dangerous thing, is if you do create a little bit of space for Sosa, you see he's not just effective behind the ball, but also off the ball, picking up bumps, stealing boost, and also just being a guy that, I mean, Maryville, they know they have to look at Sosa the whole time. And Fisher, they've taken advantage of that a couple of times. Sosa in front, Kinsey got the pass, and Sosa nailed the shot. Perfect placement, 2-0.
That was so clean. Look at this, just immediately knew where to go, right on the infield, and the placement on that so low, the 90, it's just, that is Fisher College. When you think about how clean and clinical that this school can be, you think, okay, that is what they're capable of. They do it, they whip it out every single time, and now they're looking to do it again. Money off the ceiling. Kinsey's gonna take the shot. This one doesn't find its way in. Instead, Stealth has to clear into the Fisher side. Less than a minute to go to find 2 goals. Feels like a extremely difficult task if you are Maryville, but it's not impossible as this one drives forward.
Certainly hard, though, when you can't even get a clean touch in the attacking third. Every single ball challenged by Fisher. Money just going to force that 50 out to the side. Knight takes the wing to Calix. It's chipped a little bit. This might be a play. No, Stealth can't go because flying out of the net already was Money. And there's just nothing Maryville can really do to get on offense. Look at that. Kinsey, he snipes the left side again, and the Maryville rotation is getting picked apart.
Oh man, Kinsey has kind of been on one today. I feel like everybody had their eyes on Sosa and was curious if he was going to be able to recreate what he did yesterday, but Kinsey's kind of doing a recreation of what Sosa did yesterday. He's got 5 shots of his own here. In game number 2, he's just all over the place, going to try and maybe make it 6, but 3-0, you don't have to stress too badly at this point. Maybe try and get a shot for the road home, but even that is going to be denied by none other than Kinsey, as this one stays up in play, might hit the ball. Okay, there it is. The ball gets killed. Fisher College head over to match point. I mean, it's not a surprise. It might be to Achieves and Bates, but it's not a surprise.
Well, it might be a surprise to you, Hercules, that this is indeed a best of 7.
This is a 7. Oh man, it's been a long season.
Wait, no. Now it says best of 5.
Wait, now it says best of 5.
It's best of 5. Hercules, I'm
It's an
the
early
idiot.
morning.
It's all me.
No.
I'm sorry. Nope. This is all on me. I thought I had you here. Here's the thing, Hercules. I'm usually that guy who says it's match point before it's actually match point. So I thought I finally could be the one to inform my co-caster that indeed.
Oh, you thought you had your moment?
No, but it
one
wasn't.
day.
And that was, let's be honest, it was quite mean of me. I deserve it. I deserve it for sure. And just like Fisher, Kinsey, he takes 2 online classes, and now he's got 2 online wins here against Maryville. So you take your 2s as you can get them, and Maryville are getting shut down. They only had 4 shots on net, and I mean, it doesn't even feel like they had the same form of offense at all, despite it only being 2 less shots that they had. They started that first minute, high pressure, but again, they're just not winning these challenges. They're not getting tight enough to these touches. Fisher are straight up reading the play 2 steps ahead of Maryville, and they're losing these challenges by those 2 steps.
Oh yeah. Again, a school like Fisher College, when you've got players like Kinsey, Money, and Sosa, just the names alone kind of just demand respect. And that's exactly what they're doing on and off the field, is demanding the respect of Maryville, and they're doing it well. It's been a showing, and each individual player, I feel like, is having their moments, especially Kinsey. Because again, I came into today's series thinking Sosa's totally going to recreate what he did yesterday, but Calix said, everybody hold on. I've talked enough that I need to start to back it. Finally, Mans has gotten his shot to try and, back up all of the smack talk that he's been putting out into the universe.
That was an absolute ripper of a shot from Calix. Trying to get something going for this Maryville squad. They'd only had 1 goal in the last almost, it was 11 minutes of gameplay. And now this one coming down. Knight and Calix going to carry it. Nice hard flick. Knight going to stay on top. Maybe this is another setup. Calix rips it off the board. Stealth for a way in, but Money on top of it falls down, and that is the problem, is if you don't hit your shot on target, if you don't force Fisher to really have to work too hard for the save, and you're gonna have a hard time scoring against them. They get on top of that follow-up challenge so fast. They've got one of the quickest second man attacks in the entire league. And probably only Northwood or Boise that could match them at that. And Kinsey going for the soft touch and the pass. Maryville, though, will hold on to the lead for now.
Oh man, okay, a redirect to try and keep this one out was a little bit of a dangerous play, but I guess that's where that quote-unquote ego confidence comes in. Dude knows exactly what he is capable of. Here comes Calix, 2 touches in the mid to try and drive this one into that blue half there. Instead, it's Stealth trying to push it forward. Fisher's done an incredible job on defense of meeting them. The challenge up in the air, but nobody's going to be there to challenge Calix, or at least be able to save this shot.
Oh, this is some backyard Rocket League from Maryville. Just hit it off the board, hit it off the wall. Let's keep banging it down and hit the net. Nicely done. Nobody from Fisher could respond. You had Money and Sosa both still rotating back initially, and it was that first touch that was unable to be grabbed from Fisher that just kind of domino affected their whole way down for a second goal. Kinsey trying to get that one back quick. Can't split the lead just yet. Whoa, Sosa jumping in for Money, and absolute genius play from Fisher College. All of Maryville bit on this one.
Oh my goodness, this is...
Wow.
I feel like wow is just, that's the only way to describe that one right there. And now it's a regain moment a little bit. Granted, Maryville does have the upper hand, but is it going to be short-lived? Money has enough in the tank to drive this one down. Sosa easy collect to the pass to tie this game back up.
Oh man, Money. Does tight touch to beat Knight. That's 2 great plays now between Money and Sosa. Sosa coming in, Money threatening like he was gonna shoot it. Sosa popping it, all of Maryville biting. They got that goal, and then Money has Knight coming up the sidewall to track him. So what does Money do? He slaps it close above the ceiling, holds on to his dodge, and then straight up beats Knight on the play to get the pass to Sosa. I mean, that is an explosive offense from Fisher, and shows you exactly why that duo has been so lethal, and why, you say, man, Kinsey, he's not usually that guy on this team, and in these past 2 games, he's took more of the front man role, but that Money-Sosa combo is why Kinsey just doesn't have to work that hard half the time. When your teammates are able to do that in front of you, why not just hold the rest of your weapons in the arsenal until you need them? They've tied it up. Maryville have a little bit of offense.
No, I feel like that is the perfect description. It's like, why do you have to go all out when you've got teammates like that? But the fact that they've respected that Kinsey's, had these moments in this series where he can pop off and have his individual moments has been huge. So knowing, when to turn the dial of the duo versus the individual and the solo plays has been, I think, a massive driver for them, especially that in the sense that Maryville has technically been able to keep up for the most part. This game has been a little bit more questionable. They're more so playing catch-up right now. But a minute and 45 seconds left. Knight slowly going to send this one towards that net. No help to be prevailed. Instead, Calix, no connection on that ball, something we've seen too many times. The bump isn't even going to do anything because the crossbar is got Fisher.
Oh, that one hurts if you're Maryville. You thought you had it. Money's still back on small pad duty. Trying to save as much of it as he can. Kinsey cuts the pass off quickly. That's what's so difficult about getting through Fisher 3 times in a row, is that quickness out of the goal line. Now Sosa gets the air dribble out, and he's broken Fisher through the midfield line. Money jumping the route. More pressure coming through for Fisher. Sosa's got the first touch, but he actually lost it pretty heavy, and Maryville are trying to punish him quick. Off the ball, across the board, and the follow-up man Stealth got deleted, completely stuffing the Maryville attack.
And it doesn't end here. Knight challenge in the air. Low boost to no boost. Means his teammates are going to have to be the ones to continue that play. Here comes Calix up next. Kinsey's got the beat on him, but Knight immediately sends it back. Money with the clear. All the way up and over to Sosa. He's going to drop this one down. 35 seconds left here. Fisher College, they sit on match point. They have the opportunity to end it all. And Maryville is very much aware this is last chance opportunities to try and keep this series going. Sosa's shot's not gonna go in. It's just out.
Oh, Stealth. Oh, that's such a heavy touch. Money caught it before anything happened. What a pass from Calix, but it does not matter because Kinsey is just so fast. We might go to OT. Kinsey ain't letting anybody in. Stealth is gonna try to find a way to find it to Knight. Does Knight got the crowbar? Here he goes. Does wrench his way through one. Drop pass to Stealth, denied by Money. Money, does he go? No boost. And what? Knight got the catch. Are we still going? All right, there we go. OT.
There's the OT regain. All right, there we have it. Let's see whose favors is going in right now. Goes into the hands of Kinsey, the one that's kind of been all over the place for Fisher College. Sosa's shot drives this one to the backboard. Knight's gonna hold on to it. Just a half a tank of boost, but that's enough to go to mid. Money's waiting, has him red. Placed that one corner, but low boost for him as well. Fisher College kind of just starting to create and open opportunities for themselves. You saw the demo, you saw the bump, you see the shot, and it doesn't go in.
Sosa, he had to dodge the last defender, and he was coming across as well. It wasn't a really clean approach that he had to get to the ball. Sosa able to punch it, but that's all he's going to get. The rest of Fisher have to stay back. This is a really obviously important overtime for Fisher College. I'm going to end this one right here. Don't let Maryville sit around, hang around, and start building belief. Kinsey says nah. There is no belief, only cold, hard truth. Fisher College, a clean 3-0 sweep on to Maryville. Good night.
Oh, man. Well, you know, you saw it yesterday. Sosa all over the place. Everybody completely impressed. Kinsey said, you know what? I can do it too. He was all over it, but this entire squad, again, just a clinic of a showing here against Maryville. 3-0 sweep. I wouldn't have expected anything else from this school.
Maryville, they really had there were so many times you thought, okay, they're getting everything right, everything's going right for them, but that's the problem is they needed everything to go right for them. Fisher had a couple of things go wrong for them, but still their ability overcame the adversity. And so for Fisher, you know, it's just another day at the office. This was definitely one of those potential trap games for this school. They've let potential wins drop off the table to teams that they should have beaten in the past. But that's the Fisher of old. I think that narrative is really, they're really shedding that narrative overall, especially after their overall performance at CRL Worlds last season and the whole way here now in the Fall Championship. Fisher moving on. That's a big win against Maryville.
It is an incredibly huge win and just a statement in general to let everybody know that, you know, they are still them. They are the school to watch out for in our upper bracket. But this is just the beginning of the day. We've got a long road ahead of us, guys. So grab some snacks, grab some water, and hydrate because we've got more Rocket League after this.